Hey there YouTube! Today I'm going to be a little angry and I would apologize, but I'm not going to. One of my new favorite things in the Washington DC is AwesomeCon, which is a comic convention, and they had this really cool event on the Friday of it. I think it was the 18th of April, and it was a Guinness World Record attempt. Basically, they were trying to break the record for having the most comic book characters in one area. They didn't do it, but there was a lot of press attention. There's a lot of reporters and people with video cameras and taking pictures because it was like a really cool gathering of cosplayers right on the National Mall in front of the Capitol building, and it was a really cool event. Myself and my friend Laura went. We were both dressed up. Laura went as Elektra from the Elektra comics, and then I was dressed in my Pokemon trainer costume. So really I wasn't participating in the event, but I was still there in costume, so both of us did get our pictures taken and we were talked to a lot. And for the most part, it was a very positive experience with our interactions with the media, except for one. We were interviewed by a guy. He had a microphone from DC 101, which is a very popular big radio station in the DC area. And later I found out his name is Mike Jones and he has some sort of show. I've never listened to him before, but you know. So he was interviewing us about our costumes and things, and then he said something that made us upset. He pretty much just thanked and congratulated us for wearing as little clothing as possible. Excuse me? Pretty sure that kind of goes under the harassment umbrella. Laura and I didn't really say much during the interview. We don't know what the interview was for, but there was definitely a video camera. But we kind of just looked at each other and we were like, nah. And Laura was wearing a one-shoulder leotard, and I was wearing a knee-length skirt, knee socks, and a tank top. This is a picture of us. We're adorable. This is the type of thing that the cosplay community has been plagued with for probably its existence, but it is been a really big issue and people are trying to stop this type of harassment, and I am very upset that it happened to me and my friend. I felt like we were reduced to objects to be looked at and not as people who created these awesome outfits and that we were really proud of them. I think this goes for a lot of cosplayers, but we cosplay for ourselves, for the love of a character or a series, or just for the creative challenge of recreating an outfit that sometimes seems impossible. We don't cosplay to be thanked and congratulated for wearing as much or as little clothing as possible. We do not cosplay to be harassed, and we don't appreciate it. I know immediately I was upset by this, and I was talking to Laura about the comment that this guy made to us. We both agree that we kind of felt a little bit uncomfortable at first, but then later on we got more upset about it because we realized this type of thing happens all the time, and it seemed like a normal thing to happen. It shouldn't be, and that's why we got upset, because we realized that this is the norm in the cosplay community. Like, people pretty much expect to have comments made about how much clothing they're wearing, or some comment on their body, or some sexual type of comment to be made about them, and that's not cool. Norm for the cosplay community and any type of community should not be harassment. These types of things should not be expected, and I found myself I think I updated my Facebook status saying, oh, well, I can check something off my cosplayer list. I just had a really uncomfortable, sort of harassy interview. And this especially needs to stop in the media, because if people see it in interviews with prominent radio hosts or prominent websites and things like that, people are going to still make these types of comments. But if the media and the people involved in this community stop making those comments or show that those type of comments are bad, then they'll stop, hopefully. I know there's lots of discussion among people who have this type of discussion, is the media a mirror or a lens to see our society? Does the media reflect what society does, or is it a way to see into society? And I'm not going to go into that argument, but either way, I think the media shows us who we are, and if they are projecting images of harassment and continuing to harass cosplayers or women or people in general, then they need to stop. Just because somebody is dressed a certain way, whether it's in cosplay or just normal, doesn't mean you get to comment on how much they're wearing, especially to them, or especially behind their back to other people. It's none of your business. Cosplayers should not be thanked and congratulated on how little clothing they're wearing. Cosplayers should be thanked and congratulated for the time and the effort and the creativity that went into what they have made. So, Mike Jones from DC 101 and everyone else who makes comments like you, your behavior is disgusting and it needs to stop.